Hey everybody, this is Chasnair, 1988, Tuesday, February 8th. February 8th. I'm not too big on keeping dates in my head, but since I'm doing a show, I gotta keep up on these dates, you know. Although there's 32 days till SmackDown Road to WrestleMania at the Wireless Center. Okay, let's get on with the show. Okay, I went to Barnes & Noble at North Park Mall in Davenport. Our mall is not as cool as everybody else's mall, but I didn't know they sold WWE comic books there, and I got this issue. Issue 2, I need number 1. They didn't have it there, so I got to get it off the internet. But pretty cool stuff in here, you know. I haven't read it yet. They got a John Cena one coming out. You guys should see that. Alright. Also I also got a book that I already have, but I spilled pop on there, or coffee, something like that. But I got Edge's book. I already have it, but you know, it's good to have one that's in good condition and not one with coffee on there. Okay, let's get on with this Raw. Basically the concept for Raw was Nexus to weaken CM Punk's opponents for Elimination Chamber. Let's see. Start off with Mason Ryan taking on R-Truth. R-Truth got Milwaukee's name wrong, and he said, "What's up, Green Bay?" You know, they got mad. But maybe he was thinking of the Super Bowl. You know, there was Green Bay fans there, so I don't know why they got so mad. You know, Green Bay freaking won the Super Bowl. And Aaron Rodgers, if I got that right, because I don't watch football, he had the world title, and then he was on a talk show, and he had the WWE title on, I think it was a Jimmy Fallon, maybe? No. David Letterman. Yeah, it was David Letterman. He had the WWE title that Miz has, okay. But anyways, on with the match. Mason Ryan, he won. He put him in the Brock Lock, squeezing it, and then he didn't break the hold, so referee reimbursed the decision and R-Truth won. So it looks like that man is on a 0-1 streak. Shows you how strong Nexus is. On with the next match, John Morrison versus McGillicuddy. It was Morrison picking up the win with Starship Pain, and Morrison was at the top of the ramp, and Punk used some hairspray or some kind of liquid substance into Morrison's eyes. Let's see. And then they had Mark Henry, well, Sheamus, and they said something about Mark Henry wants to take your spot, which was probably a setup for Nexus, you know, stirring the pot. And Sheamus didn't take too, you know, he didn't like it. He got on the mic, talked trash. Mark Henry came down, beat him down, said take that shit somewhere else. And then Otunga just stood over him, towering. So don't know why Otunga didn't wrestle. But he got the win. Or it wasn't even a win, no contest. Okay, and then we got CM Punk, who took on Cena, and whoop, and Cena, he kept looking at the back, waiting for Nexus to come down to attack him, but then he got tired of it, low blowed CM Punk. CM Punk picked up the win. Boo, still hate you, CM Punk. Then they were gonna beat him down. Mason Ryan was babying Punk, and McGillicuddy and Otunga was getting beat, and they were getting a few hits in. Jerry Lawler gave him a chair. Cena cleared house. Also, they had a build up for Elimination Chamber with Jay the King and The Miz. good stuff. Then it became a tag team match, and Daniel Bryan and King faced Miz and Ted DiBiase, and Jerry King Lawler picked up the win by pinning Ted DiBiase. Good match, you know. Daniel Bryan, he was happy about that, I read on Twitter. Alright, speaking of books, magazines, let's talk about WWE TNA, wrestling's biggest fan. Really, there isn't one. Everybody, well, actually everybody is the biggest fan of wrestling, you know. You just can't be compared. We're probably the greatest fans in the world. Unlike football fans, you know. Skip them. I'm glad the Super Bowl's over. But, you know, the biggest fan, you know, you got people who collect DVDs, people who collect books, you know, comic books. You know, they got all the action figures, WWE magazines, autographs, all this stuff, you know. And other people, they got trading cards, you know. They know every little bit of wrestling, and, you know, the biggest fan is really each and every one of us. And I think about it all the time, you know, like, man, it's great to have all these passionate fans out there. But totally, that everybody is the biggest fan, not just one, you know. There's no comparison. We're all the biggest fans. Alright, let's go on with the show. Let's see, we got, the last thing I want to talk about is Big Show's DVD coming out. The cover is amazing. You know, you got Big Show looking like a big old giant holding the wrestling ring in his palms, hands. I'll probably get that, watch it, get a little review video coming up. Also, speaking of videos, I got a package in the mail being shipped here right now. It should be here in about 3-4 days, and I will have the biggest, no, it's not the biggest, but my biggest video to date, whatever I got. Also, I got, I'm from Davenport, Iowa. I actually found a cool item on eBay, and it's terrific. I just had to get it, and it will be in that video too. I think that's all I got coming from in the mail. Besides, I gotta go order I gotta get the first issue of this comic book. I see that they got a John Cena one coming out. You know, ever since Wade Barrett got kicked out of Nexus, I've been a Cena fan, because, you know, I just don't like Nexus, right? Because of CM Punk ruined everything. Okay, well, I'm just fucking rambling on. But anyways, I'm about to take off. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't, still watch my videos, you know, make me happy. Just kidding. Everything makes me happy. I'm just rambling on. Yeah. Alright. Well, that's it. Peace.